Good evening and warm welcome to the North Bank Summit. It's 8:30 p.m. It's Monday evening, and we are going to do another edition of the best show on a Monday night. Myself, El Smuggo, Andy, and Brooksy himself. So before we start, just want to say a very good evening to my two co-hosts who have done superbly well over the last few weeks without me. So thank you very much, gentlemen. And yeah, good evening, Andy. How you doing, mate?
I'm really good, mate. It's good to have you back, I have to say, because Brooksy's been a menace for a couple of weeks. But yeah, all good, mate.
Good man. And good evening to Mr. Brooks. I'm smelling that there's a night out on Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about it. I'm so busy at work, I just concentrated sleeping, to be honest. But yeah, no, there is a rumour. Yeah, rumour has it. We could have it. Not be funny, man. I'm just more worried about the football Saturday night because if I don't win that, it's just gonna be everyone's gonna be angry.
Yeah, like, I would say let's not think about it, but we are going to think about it. We got an hour or so to discuss it. Before I go into any further, just going to say some good evening. So good evening to Margaret, who's in the house. Good to see you on. Good evening to Mr. Mayor, who's in the house as well.
He loves it. He's always here.
Andrew.
Mr. Reliable.
Kermit, middle fingers here. Ribbit. Good evening to you, mate. Good evening to Mr. Podcast himself, who's been on the last 2 weeks. So thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, Ryan.
Sitting in.
Cheers, Ryan.
Himself. But yeah, we are going to obviously look back at the Club Brugge game first and foremost, and we'll go into the Wolverhampton game, and then we're going to look ahead to the big clash at the weekend away at Everton, an 8 p.m. kickoff. What can go wrong? Hopefully nothing. And then we'll have a quick look at the Christmas period and have a quick review of obviously the up and coming transfer market. So obviously, let's go back to Club Brugge last Wednesday night. I'm going to go to you first, Andy. Obviously, there wasn't really much to pick from, was there, from a defensive point of view? We seem to be dropping defenders like flies at the moment. But I was pretty happy with, obviously, the lineup. I thought we'd give some good opportunities to players like Madueke, who definitely took his chance, and I'm sure you want to discuss him as well. And we got to see Gyökeres go back up front into the lineup. How did you see last Wednesday night? It was a good comprehensive victory, weren't it?
Yeah.
I was just going to say before I go over to you, I actually thought Club Brugge were actually quite impressive coming forward, and I thought they were quite unlucky not to get a goal in the game.
Yeah, definitely. And I think when you consider that they give Barcelona a massive fright this year, was it this season when it was like?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So they give at their own ground. They're a force. It's a tight little ground. It's massive games for them. So but I thought even with the changes, we handled it superbly, to be honest. And people like Madueke given the opportunity, that's what you do. You just take it with both hands. He scored one of the goals of the season. He was a menace all night, which I thought was just going to be a shoe-in for the squad on Saturday, but it wasn't to be. But no, I think overall, we were all pretty happy with how we played. Some of the football at times was really good.
Yeah, definitely. And just going to go over to you, John. Obviously, Odegaard got another start. Looking back on it, do you think that was the right thing to do, to play him in that game and then rest him on Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. But before we start that, I just want to quickly echo what Catherine said and just ask how you are, Liam, and how Bobby's getting on. And yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Good to be back.
Get in.
Well, Bournemouth scored, have they?
Yeah.
Go on then, take your clothes off.
Wait a minute, because there's going to be an explosion. There's going to be an explosion in my house any second now.
Oh yeah, I've witnessed that. Yeah, go on.
There's going to be an explosion in the house, but we'll leave it there. No, all's good. Bobby's all good now, so yeah, looking forward to Christmas, mate.
Yeah, superb. That's good news. Yeah. So, what was your question again?
Yeah, no, looking back in terms of the Odegaard, he got another start, didn't he? But obviously was rested at the weekend. Is that how you would have probably played that?
No, not really. I just I should talk about Arteta later, but it's just a bit baffling. I know we've got a big squad and that, and he's trying to juggle this and that, but I think with certain players, you've got to more or less play them every week. It's just Odegaard's the captain. He's the heartbeat of the team. If he's fit, he plays all the time for me. I know you can argue with Eze and that, and we'll talk about him later as well. But yeah, I just don't get it. It's just people need to know Odegaard's been out for so long. He needs the match fitness. He needs the minutes. So just play him. I don't. Yeah, you would have thought after the Club Brugge game, he did all right. He did amazing, but he's just working his way back. sound disrespectful because it's silly how we struggled against them. But Wolves, I mean, ideal game at home, let him thrive, and it was a strange one for me. But take nothing away from Noni Madueke, mate, because Jesus, what a goal! I mean, Jesus, I chatted to Chelsea fans at work, they were moaning, "Oh, he's never done that for us." It's great. Again, I don't know why he didn't play Saturday either, but it's superb. That was a wonderful goal. I mean,
it was, yeah.
There's everything about it. Just the strength more than anything to brush past the defenders, the pace, and just that brilliantness. It's a wonderful goal. I mean, whether he ever scored a goal like that in his life, I don't know. But it's a superb hit. Yeah,
I think also John,
confidence as well to hit it from there as well.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
But you're right in what you say as well, John, because I think what a lot of people didn't realise was his upper body strength.
Oh yeah, because he's easily knocked off.
He doesn't get knocked around.
And he brushed past him.
He's got that lithe physique, and I think it's just going to be phenomenal. I think we need to let him loose a little bit more.
Yes,
he will do something different. His pace is frightening, and I think he's proved himself every time he's played or came on. He's put in a decent shift, and I think he's worthy of a place for me.
I know we're not going to go into the Wolverhampton game just yet, Andy, but would you have played Madueke on the left-hand side on Saturday, or do you think that's a position that's not really ideal for him?
It's not ideal for him, but I'd have played him over Martinelli without a shadow of a doubt, yeah. He's played there before. He played a bit earlier in the season in that position, roasted his fullback, and he's just got that something about him. That's something that's just a little bit different, and I think we need to believe in him more because I think he'll produce.
No, I definitely do think he'll produce, and I think the key thing with him is he likes to play on the front foot, don't he? He wants to beat his man. He wants to get in the box, and I thought on Wednesday was definitely his best game for us. But I even thought in the first half of the Brentford game, I thought he had a really good first half. I know he kind of filtered out a little bit into the second half, but I think that there's definitely a massive player in there, and I do think at times that actually Saka needs to come under a little bit more pressure now. That might be quite surprising considering he got the 2 assists on Saturday. But I just feel that actually at the moment, if I was looking at both the players and looking at a player that I think in the last 20 minutes of a game, who would I rather have out there if Saka's played 60, 70 minutes, for me, I couldn't really understand why he didn't come on Saturday, because actually for them last 20, 30 minutes, he's going to rip that fullback to pieces. You know he is. So like that fullback has to play 60, 70 minutes to Saka. You get some fresh legs on there and he's going to rip these pieces. And this is the piece at the moment where I feel that we're not making the right decisions at times in terms of the way the game is going. But I also feel that actually we need to be more on the front foot now, and I think we need to let the handbrake off a little bit more. I think a prime example, I know it was on Saturday, where you take the lead, but let's be honest, you're better off going for the second goal than, especially at home, than trying to sit back and just go and claim the 1-0 win. And I just think that as a percentage game, you keep doing that, you're going to come a cropper, and we've already come a cropper to that at Sunderland.
Yeah.
Already, and let's be honest, nearly on Saturday evening we come a cropper again of it because we can't put the game to bed. And I don't know whether it's the team at the moment or whether it's out the way Arteta's setting them up. But I was watching Arteta in that last 5-6 minutes before, especially that last 3-4 minutes from the stadium in terms of that period before Wolverhampton scored. And you could tell that even he weren't happy. He was like, what the hell has gone on here? We're literally back into our own box, with every player behind the ball. So where does that come from? Is that because the fitness of the players, because the amount of games they're playing? Or is that a thing that we've mentally tried to instill into the team, and now we're falling into the trap where we tend to rely on that later into games?
Yeah, I think in some respects, Liam, it's probably a combination of all of them things. When the season sort of got underway, we had this phenomenal back four, weren't conceding goals, and does that become a mindset? Let's protect that rather than just go and put teams to bed. There has to be a mentality issue. There has to be, because there's no way in this world I can ever perceive Arteta to be sat with the players and be okay with what happened on Saturday.
No.
Or and just there was no urgency. The passing was really sloppy. we looked leggy in parts as well. So whether that is a build-up of fixtures, who knows? Because we have got this bigger squad, but it's getting used to the max already, which wasn't part of the master plan. So I don't know, Liam. I think it's probably a combination of all of them things, but there has to be a massive change in mindset moving forwards. There has to be. You can't go to Everton, hopefully get it, nick a goal, and then just sit on it. City is showing the way at the moment. They go in front and then they just ram it down teams.
Yeah.
Don't get the game won and then move on. Stop being so reliant on this defensive. Brilliant defense that we have, but ultimately don't be reliant.
I did feel personally, and I'm going to say it from a personal opinion, and I did feel that on Saturday I thought Arteta didn't get it right from the selection from the get-go. Just in terms of, I would have liked to seen 2 number 8s or 10s within that team on Saturday night. I don't feel we needed to go out there and risk both Zubimendi and Rice in that game. I think it was a good opportunity to rest Zubimendi. I think Rice could have easily sat in that 6. And if we didn't feel Odegaard was fit, I thought Nwaneri come on against Club Brugge and look absolutely positive. Yeah. And yet again, that's another player, Handy, that he's coming on in games. And every game I've seen him come on, I think I've seen him really positive. But then I don't see him for like 3 or 4 or 5 games after that. Yeah. And I'm scratching my head. He come on against Leeds, he had an impact. He come on against Forest, he had an impact. He come on at West Ham at home, he had an impact. He come on at Club Brugge, and I thought he had a really positive impact. And why couldn't we play him on Saturday night if Odegaard weren't fit? Against a team like Wolves who are struggling, have got loads of confidence, why couldn't one area have an opportunity in that game?
Well, it's mystifying, isn't it? Because we'll probably talk about him soon, but if you look at the output from Eze, for instance, yes, he scored his hat-trick against Tottenham, but actually, he's not been all that, has he? He's nothing like the player that we thought we were signing. He's not like that free spirit. And Nwaneri affects games more than Eze does at the moment. So for me, Arteta needs to be braver and actually go, no, fuck it. The kid's playing. He's wanting to affect the game. He's wanting to get on the ball. He's wanting to try and do things. He's wanting to try and get us playing. I'm not seeing that from Eze. It's all fits and starts. And that's not the way that we as a team can play. It's when you look at it, it's borderline suicidal because they showed the Gyökeres touches in the box in the first half. It was something like in their half, it was like 5 touches. So we're not playing with Gyökeres, and Eze is not contributing. So you're going to struggle. So why they can't give Ethan a go, I don't know, because I feel as though he's proved it, and I think if you give him 10 games, he'll shock people.
Yeah, no,
he never hides.
Pardon?
He never hides.
No, he
does the ball.
Yeah, he does always want the ball. And I just thought, they're the bottom team of the league. They've got 2 points all season. Do you know what I mean? They've just been battered at home by Manchester United. I just think it was a golden opportunity to actually give Zubimendi a bit of a rest because he had played a couple of games of the week. I thought Declan could have easily sat in at number 6 in that game. And I just felt that I get the Odegaard not starting because he started on Wednesday night. I totally understand that because you don't want to risk, obviously, getting him another injury and then we're back to square one again. But I just feel that Arteta needs to release the handbrake. I feel that Arteta at times just tries to be too safe, if I'm being totally honest, yeah. And I get that we haven't got centre-backs, the ideal centre-backs, but let's be honest, we still had William Saliba come back and we had Hincapié at home. They're two top players at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? We've paid good money for Hincapié, so I expect him to be able to perform at centre back. I know he's had some dodgy moments over the last couple of weeks, but I think that's him embedding into the Premier League. But I've liked what I've seen in terms of his aggression. But I just feel that Arteta at times brings on his own kind of issues, if I'm being as such. I feel at times, especially when you look at Ben White, I get why he played again Saturday, but there was the opportunity actually, because Ben had played 3 games prior to that, there was the opportunity actually, he could have put Skelly at left back and put Timber at right back. It's unlucky that he's got injured, but let's be honest, before 2-3 weeks ago, Ben weren't getting on whatsoever. And this is the piece with Arteta. He only starts rotating when he has to rotate. And by the time he's rotating, a lot of players are in the red. And then we start picking up injuries after injuries. And it's becoming an absolute common theme. So John, does he need to rely on his trusty squad more, like early on in the season, to ensure that actually when you get into your Novembers, Decembers, that he ain't burning these players out in terms of these injuries? I'm not saying it's all his fault, because actually there have been some really unlucky injuries, but I do feel like on Saturday night, Ben could have been rested.
Yeah, definitely. It's like Christian Norgard. He's been ignored for most of the season, let's be honest. You say Zubimendi could have had a rest. I mean, Rice could have had a rest. They could have played him. He ended up playing centre half the other day, bless him. And he did all right. Why not give him a game in centre mid Saturday? Let Rice and Zubimendi have a night off. Because, not being rude again, expect to beat Wolves without him. Norgard knows what he's doing, for God's sake. He's played in the Premier League enough times. He could have easier played there. But he's just not been right. It's very unlucky. I mean, defensively, it's just ridiculous how many injuries we get. It's just absolute nonsense. I mean, yeah, we're a bit cursed sometimes. It's as much as Arteta can be a bit silly, but it just doesn't add up how many injuries we get. I just don't know what's going on. It only seems I know other teams get injuries. We just seem to get so many. And it's always just all of a sudden, like last season, we had so many injuries in midfield and strikers, and this year it just seems a bit of defence always getting injured. I don't know. Yeah, it's just something that don't sit right. I just think it's a bit. Yeah, it's just you can't be that. Just unlucky. There's something more to it. It's just,
I think good. Liam, just going back to what you said before, you said something in your last little bit there, and do you know what? The more you think about it, it's bang on. That's what we are as a team. We play safe.
Yeah.
We play safe defensively. We play safe going forwards. There's never any, anything spontaneous or any risk taken, and it's very safe. And that at the moment is enough to get us through fixtures. But when you saw the handbrake come off during the week in Bruges and some of the free flowing football, you just think we would absolutely destroy teams. Stop being so safe. Take the handbrake off. Allow players to go and express themselves and do something a little bit different rather than getting the shape right before we then go forwards. It is very safe. That's what it feels like.
And that's how I feel it is at the moment, mate. I just feel that actually we don't let the shackles off. It's like we're trying to protect the defence all the time. But when I look at the defence and I look at the players that we have as calibre of players, do you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't, especially at home, it just does not make sense to me. And I do feel at times as well, like I've been watching some Gülchrist clips over the weekend. I'm sure you all have. And he has got a lot to learn. He's got a lot to work on. But at the same sentence, how much we're saying he's got a lot to learn and a lot to work on, he is making runs and the midfielder not picking up the ball quick and get the ball to him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there were so many situations on Saturday when you see the ball and you're thinking, come on, let's get the ball forward. But like
that's because they're playing safe, Liam.
Yeah,
they didn't take that risk. They didn't take that.
When he went off, though, they started crossing the ball. He started crossing the ball more when he went off the pitch. If he was still on the pitch, he would have had that chance. Led to the last. As soon as he went off, they started crossing the ball in the box.
I'll be honest. Like I was.
Oh, I'm upset. He was upset. Yeah, he is. You big cheese.
Get him down there. That's better.
Just move boxes.
Yeah.
How much I want to see Jesus come back. I didn't actually think that was the right substitution at that point. And I just feel that actually I thought Madueke should have come on at that point. But obviously Jesus, he had an impact in terms of the winner. So
he looked fresh. I have to say, he looked really lively.
And if Jesus hadn't made an attempt for that header, the lad would have cleared it.
Yeah. So he did have that impact at the end. But I just feel with Jesus at the moment, the more and more the season's going to go on, I think there's a great opportunity there for Jesus at the moment in terms of getting a place in that team. And that could either be centrally or on the left wing. Now, I would like to see at some point Jesus play on the left with Gülchrist up top, because I think what Jesus is really, really good at is getting behind his defender, and his distribution is much better than Martinelli. Now, Trossard's space at the moment, if we're being frankly honest, like what he's done over the course of the season, I think he's surprised all of us. But for me, Martinelli's an impact player. I think actually for that battle for that place in that position, second half season, I like to see Jesus get a foot in there and see what he could do as well, and have that competition with Trossard, because I think that they got the experience, both players.
Yeah.
They've got an end product, and I think Gallcrest could profit from Jesus, but I also think with Jesus that actually he does make the team tick. He does make the team tick. Like we've seen it before. When he first come, he made the team tick. That first couple of months, he was outstanding. Can he get back to that level? Not sure. But look, he was getting back to that level at the back end of last year. He got them goals against. I think he scored something like five or six goals in as many games before that injury at Manchester United. So I do think Jesus can get back to a really, really good level, and I think he's going to be an important player going into the second half of the season.
Absolutely. I think, and what you see with Jesus is that because of the way that he plays, it's all action pretty much. It's infectious. You get so that'll rub off on other players. That enthusiasm, which I just think we're lacking a little bit of at the moment. Someone like him can spark it again because he's got that nature about him. So him being back is an absolute godsend. And I thought he looked really sharp. I know it was only a flitting glance at him, but he looked sharp.
He looked very hungry.
Yeah.
But it's just time to shine, isn't it? Jesus loves Christmas.
Yeah.
Had to get it in there.
Well, he does, don't he? And the thing is with him, like he's gonna get a lot more minutes. Like I expect him to start at Crystal Palace in the League Cup, because I think that would be the prime game for him. It's interesting. I know we was talking off air that you've heard. I haven't been on much today, but you've heard that Havertz could be coming back now. That could be good to see, and I think he is another player that will have a good impact within this team. But it's interesting what Reg Gamer says as well, and I think it's around the players that play with Eze. Do you feel we'll be better with Eze in the middle? Like I personally think that Eze is a number 10, but I think he needs the right players around him, and I just think, in certain games, if you had Eze in the left at number 10 and you had Jesus on the left and you had Gallcrest up top, I think he would work better around some of them players. I think he works better with Trossard as well. I think there's a lot more to come from Eze. I'm nowhere near that level where I think, do you know what, it weren't a good signing, because it was a cracking signing. I just think that he's playing in a team that's obviously a total different style to what Crystal Palace is. There's no disrespect to Crystal Palace, but they won't have low blocks set up against us like he has at Arsenal. And I think it's a massive learning for him. And I think his decision making has to be right now, like literally 99% of the time, where probably at Palace he'll get away with it 3-4 times. Do you know what I mean? Because actually he could afford to get away with it. But I just think that with Eze, I think he will come into his own. I just think that he's going to need to obviously put his head down, and he has got to improve his performances, because let's be honest, like there has been some really, really poor games from Eze in terms of, I look at even the game against Crystal Palace when he got the winner, I thought he was quite poor that day, if I'm being totally honest. Spurs, he was incredible. Spurs kind of played to his game, if we're being totally honest. But yet again, he's got to do more as well himself. He's got to trust his ability, and he's got to be forward thinking. And I just feel that we need to get these players on the ball in the right positions, because if you set up with an Eze and you set up with a Saka and you set up with either Jesus or Trossard, there's no reason why we need to be playing defensive all the time. We need to get these players on the ball as quick as we possibly can. Like if Arsenal went like, no, I'm not judging Arteta whatsoever. Well, I suppose I am a little bit, but if Arsene Wenger was managing his team, these players would be getting played to their strengths in the attacking third. Now we know Arsenal's a proper attacking manager, but I just feel at the moment Arteta's more the other way, and it's how is he going to convert that to get the best out of these players?
Yeah, it's difficult to say, isn't it? Because from the outside looking in, we can see the talent in that squad or in the teams that are chosen just to go out and obliterate teams. And a few times this season we've done that. But for whatever reason, we drop into this safe mode, and it's happening time and time again. I can't think of anyone at the moment in the Premier League who score a goal and then just immediately stop for a few minutes, and we just allow teams to come at us straight away. Whereas sometimes we just got to keep your foot on the pedal. have a bit more belief, because I find it. I can't get my head around that. Even the thought of that Arteta is satisfied with the way that we play, just across the pitch, get things set up, and it's, you know, in this low block that we're facing every single week. There's a massive frustration from my point of view, because we know how talented our squad is, and individually we've got players that can destroy teams with a moment of magic, but we're just not seeing it from anyone. Or we might get a glimpse of it from one player, but we don't see it from the other three. Or, you know, so there needs to be a bit more consistency, I think, with that going forward. But bloody frustrating.
No, it is. It is definitely frustrating. But in terms of obviously the game on Saturday, John, look, obviously we did get our jail. We did get the 3 points. Do you think obviously that could be like in terms of the aftermath? Or we know Declan stormed off the pitch, and apparently he had a few choice words in the changing room after. Whether that's true or not, we'll never know.
Apparently Odegaard moaned as well, allegedly. But
well, you've seen Rice after the second goal going at players when they're in the little huddle, and you can see he wasn't happy. And I think he left the pitch quite quick as well, didn't he? By all accounts, he didn't stay out for too long. So there's a few players are pretty angry at the moment, which sometimes isn't a bad thing.
And Arteta had the right time afterwards as well. You could tell he wasn't happy.
Yeah, you could, yeah.
I mean, they've got a week off this week. I'm sure they've already sorted it out in the training ground and a little meeting and said, you know, come on, raise your game. I said, if they're slightly tired, I said they've got a week off now. He said they're having a couple of days off and then back to the training. Well, they haven't trained so much in the last recent weeks because they've had like a game every 2-3 days. So, let's get back into them. We were lucky the other day. We were crap, but we won.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
fair play. I mean, they scored so late on. For us to go up the other end and score more or less straight away shows the character. You know, in other seasons we may well have not won like that time with Southampton at home when we completely, you know. So yeah, it is what it is. It was rubbish, but we won, and I think a lot of people do seem to remember that as crap as we were, and we should have won by more, but we did win, and we're still top. And yeah, they've just got to crack on. The pressure is well and truly on now. City have hit form. It's funny how everyone seems to roll over from Man City again, but when it's Arsenal, we're playing really well. So I expect Everton to have another go as well, but Everton are missing a few people, and we just got to roll our socks up and get on with it. So, you know, crack on. I thought Saka was very good on Saturday. I mean, he is still the main man for the people we've signed. He is still the go-to man. Agile, he carried on. Great crosser with the ball. Oh yeah, we got lucky. You know, you felt a bit sorry for Wolves, but you know they rolled over and died for Man United, and all of a sudden they wanted to defend for the last against us. So, you know,
but. Is that seems to be the case for absolutely every team? Doesn't
it's ridiculous. I'm getting sick and tired of it. It's just, I know. You know, it's just like Palace yesterday. I know they are lucky, but it's just Sunderland the other week at Man City. Just get thrashed. It's just they've got Man City in a few weeks at home. They'd be interested to see what happens there. I know they're missing quite a few players now because they've all gone off the African Cup of Nations. But I'm just sick and tired of it. I know we've got to break it down, and I'd love to know what we do in training as well, by the way, because we play a low block almost every week, and half the time we don't seem to know what to do. Victor Gyökeres, he's been with us now 4 months. They still don't seem to know how to pass him the ball. I don't know. I had a bit of moan about Victor the other night, and I felt a bit bad, but because he needs to show a bit more as well. Because sometimes his control really lets him down, and it's like, come on, mate. And then he created that chance out of nothing and nearly scored. Yeah. We want to see more of that, but they're not helping him.
No, do you know what, John? At the moment, I think Haaland would struggle to score in our team.
Yeah,
looking at the service that
possible forward,
the complete lack of service that the front men, that Gyökeres in particular has had. You know, he's feeding off scraps at best.
He can be really slow and lethargic. It's just It's the first time I saw an Odegaard come on in the second half. He was getting the ball and looking forward. But it was just really flat, wasn't it?
You could tell it was strange because I thought 8 o'clock at night it'll be great. Everyone's had a few drinks before the match.
The atmosphere was crap as well, didn't it?
It felt like a bit of an apathy on the pitch and off it.
I thought the atmosphere was dreadful in the stadium on Saturday night. you know me, I like to try and get it all going and all that, and was trying my best, mate. But honestly,
I don't believe
it was like pulling teeth in there on Saturday night.
Was it? Yeah.
It just, I just don't get it, because I know what I'm going to see at Everton on Saturday night, and I know I'm going to see a stadium absolutely jumping and buzzing at the start of the game.
Yeah.
And we know it because it happens up north all the time. An 8 o'clock kickoff there is so, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a great time in terms of actually, like, you're going to be on the beers most of the day. You should go into that stadium absolutely like buzzing, because obviously it's a night game.
Just before Christmas.
And you walk in there, and it, like, yeah, we do. It's like now, yeah, we're singing North London Forever and do that passionately. But then when the game starts, it's like the nerves kicking in on the stadium straight away as well. And I thought it was so bad Saturday night. And then look, it is tricky. Like when a team scores in the 90th minute, you are going to get the reaction that you do from certain people. People are going to storm off out because they think it's over at that point. And then they're thinking, do you know what? I can't be sitting but waiting for a tube after not winning that game. Do I agree with it? No, I don't. Do you know what I mean? Because you shouldn't give up till the full-time whistle goes. And prime example on Saturday night.
6 minutes of injury time.
Yeah, we didn't give up and we got the winner. But yeah, I'm sitting there at the moment and I'm thinking that actually I think the crowd needs to do a lot more, and they need to realise that, okay, like it's good to turn up for the big games like Tottenham, but actually you can't dismiss any team in this league, and we found that out Saturday night. And you've got to be at it, and the players have got to be at it more, the fans have got to be at it more, because we've gone 21 years without a title, and it didn't seem to me on Saturday that people want it enough.
That came through on the telly as well, to be honest.
Yeah, it did.
It was quiet, yeah.
People just don't want it enough, Andy. It's like,
it wasn't in my household.
But you bring Tottenham to town, everyone wants it. So we know that the stadium can get like that. Do you know what I mean?
And these are the games that will often find the hardest. The Wolves, or the lesser teams who are there with nothing to lose.
It's like Brentford the other week.
You need it. Yeah,
that was the same. I mean, the atmosphere was there. The atmosphere was crap for that as well.
So and that will continue to be the case. Where, like, in terms of, I think we do have a fan base. So I think we've got a really, really hardcore away section, and like we know they'll turn up Saturday, and the away fans do superbly well. But I feel that if we're not playing your Man Cities, your Liverpools, your Tottenhams, your Chelseas of this world, your Manchester Uniteds, I just feel that people turn up with an expectation that actually we should beat these 3-4-5-0. And do you know what? I know it sounds stupid, but sometimes we sit here and we will do a score prediction. We'll always expect us to win 3-4-1, but how often do we actually win 3-4-1?
Really?
We actually don't. So, do you know what I mean? You've got to work for it. You've got, like, if you want to win a title, you've got to want it more. And like, I can't believe there's 60,000 fans that go into that stadium that don't want Arsenal to win a title, but you've got to be able to put your bit in as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I do think the fans have got to do better.
Yeah, I think so. If it's exactly what you said. At Everton, you won't be able to hear yourself speak if you're in that ground. It would be the same at Sunderland yesterday. In these big grounds at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, it should be raucous.
Yeah.
And that the lift that can give players, it's almost worth a goal when the crowd are that invested in it and that into it, and you run through brick walls. Then, how many times over the years have Liverpool scored in the Cup or United at the Stretford End because the crowd almost draw it in, and we need that. We almost need that level of passion right across the 65, whatever thousand it is that are there. Because at the moment, as you say, you can't just pick and choose when you fancy winning a game, and then whinge and moan every week when things don't go quite so well.
I think as well. I think the tickets, like you see ticket exchanges, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, there's a lot of tickets on ticket exchange at the moment, but we'll get to March and April in a ticket race, and then no one can get a ticket whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? I do think that has a big effect in terms of the stadium. But actually, do you know what I mean? If you're an Arsenal fan, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you've got a season ticket or not. If you're going to go and support your club, do you know what I mean? Make noise. Do you know what I mean? Make that stadium as horrible as it can be for the opposition, but motivate your players as well, because actually that extra couple of percent could get a lot more out of them players. Do you know what I mean? And I do expect better. Like, I'll be honest with you, we got 2 games over the Christmas break. Do I expect a game at Brighton to have a great atmosphere? Absolutely not. I went to Ipswich on the 27th last year. It was absolutely abysmal again.
It was a Friday night, wasn't
Oh, it was awful, mate, wasn't it? It was awful. We won
It was
1-0.
a terrible game of football. Was it 1-0 or 2-0?
1-0.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Was it 2-0?
No, 1-0.
1-0.
It was 1-0, mate.
Crap, wasn't it? Yeah, it's an awful game.
So I remember it was my birthday, and I was like, I can't believe I spent my whole birthday
It was.
watching that shambles.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you another thing. I'll tell you another thing that I do think is that actually, with the way it's going at the moment, we haven't actually played that well all season. If we're being frankly honest, like I look at the games, like you said, the Brentford game weren't convincing. The Crystal Palace game at home was absolutely appalling. I thought Saturday was absolutely appalling. So I think we've got on the right side of results. Do you know what I mean? As such, and I'm nowhere near clearer in terms of actually with Mikel Arteta going away to these big grounds, whether he's going to pull Youngin out the bag, to be honest, because we've gone to Liverpool this year. We didn't get the result we needed. I know we played Man City at home, but we didn't get the result we needed. We went to Aston Villa. We didn't get the result we needed. So we've gone to these. We've had all these hard games. Gone to Chelsea. We didn't get the result we needed with 10 men against 10 men. So there's a lot of questions still unanswered at the moment, and I think we're top at the moment, not because I think we're playing fantastically well. I just think that actually, with Gabriel in the team, we didn't concede goals, and for me, Gabriel as well is that player. I remember, I'm not sure if it was a show, but I said something about 2-3 months ago, and I live by this, and I'll say it again and again. You said to me that there's 2 players that we cannot afford to lose. It's Declan Rice and Gabriel, because it's the actual amount that they give you in that team. Like Gabriel, we lost him last year, and I remember us talking, Andy. It was the difference factor in the PSG game. It was the difference factor in the PSG game. Do you know what I mean? Gabriel weren't there, and I just once we lost Gabriel, I just think that we've lost a lot of confidence in the team. And I think what he gives is so much. And it's not just his football. It's not just it's the person he is. It's the passion that he brings to the team. And I think he really brings the team together. Do you know that? I think he gives that confidence to the whole team in terms of just him alone. I think he's massive for us. I'd even go that far to say, right, that actually, I don't know if you said to me, who would I rather lose out of Declan Rice and Gabriel? I really wouldn't know how to answer that.
Right, I could, but yeah,
I miss Gabriel more. I think it's shown at the moment. I think we can cope with that, Rice. I would say Gabriel and Saka are the 2 people I can cope with.
Who's you, Andy?
I mean, right.
Oh, you could never ever choose anyone over Declan Rice at the moment. Nobody.
I can't choose it. I just think that the both of them are that big. I think the both of them are that big in that team. Do you know what I mean?
I think the fact that we're missing Gabriel speaks volumes.
Oh, I agree with
that. If
he
was playing that game against Villa, we wouldn't have lost that game in a million years.
I'm telling you, we beat Chelsea at Chelsea if Gabriel's in the team.
We've got enough midfielders to cope with Declan Rice not being there. As amazing as it has been, we have got the players. But Gabriel is the best centre-half in the country. And I mean, everyone talks about how great Saliba is, and he is great. But I think Gabriel is so much better as a leader, a warrior, and you can just tell when he's not there. It's just not the same.
Yeah, because that threat goes, doesn't it? You know, defending headers, attacking headers.
He's just such a powerful beast. He's
just got a natural passion about him. You know, he celebrates tackles like forwards celebrate scoring goals. It means that much to him, and that is a massive rub-on effect on everybody around him as well. So he's a huge miss for us, absolutely massive miss. And Saliba is not the player he can be when he's not alongside him. When the 2 of them are together and they're on it, I mean, there's nobody better, is there? And we just need a run of games at some point. The last 20 games with the 2 of them at the heart of it, because just patching up every week is just and Gabriel missing is just, we're suffering for it.
Well, you would have played. You would have played with players, Andy, throughout your career. That certain players would they like bring out so much more in terms of you as a player, because they were playing that game. Like if I was playing behind someone like Gabriel, like you've just rightly said, the way he celebrates tackle. Now I'm thinking, actually, I need to match him, or if I can't match him because he's a warrior, I need to make sure that actually I'm putting in absolute everything.
Absolutely, yeah, and players like that are invaluable to your teams. Quite often, them kind of players are not your best players, but actually Gabriel's a bit of both. You know, he's not only got the passion and the drive, he's actually a and really, really good defender as well, both attacking and defending. So it's something we need to get sorted as soon as possible, because he is a huge miss, and he definitely has like a domino effect on people around him, without a shadow of a doubt.
Like, you see him on the sidelines, don't you? You see him after the game on Brentford. You see him trying to, like, I totally get Declan's frustration on Saturday. Like, what's happened at Aston Villa, and then it's nearly happened again. Like, you'd be absolutely fuming, wouldn't you, when you put in 90 minutes just to see us kind of fall back like that. But I think between the pair of them, I think they're just absolute warrior of men, and like,
we're so lucky to have them both.
To have both of them in his team, like, you can see why, when actually both of them are playing, why we're so hard to beat, because it's bad enough just playing like around obviously Declan Rice, but then when you've got Gabriel as well, like, I think it is a big impact, and I felt it big time last year. I honestly believe, if Gabriel was fit, we would have won the Champions League last year. I know that's a bold statement. I know that's a really, really bold statement, but that's how much I think Gabriel gives to his team, and I've got no doubt about me whatsoever that we'd be more positive in terms of the first game at PSG if he was in the team. So he is a big loss, and the sooner we can get him back. But the thing that Arteta needs to do, and what I'm really interested in, John, over in January, is that we've got these two Champions League games. I think we actually need to make sure, first and foremost, that we're not doing what we did last year. Like, I remember going away somewhere, Girona in Spain, last year, and he played pretty much the Gabriels and everyone. Like, you don't need to do that in January. Do you know what I mean? When you've got these games now, and you might be in a League Cup semi-final as well, where there's going to be 2 games either side of them Champions League games, when that's going to happen. He has to rotate that team, because yet again, what we see last January was like that team got overburdened into February, and then you get to March, and like he said, it's a domino effect. The players start falling down, they're getting injured. Gabriel gets injured. You lose him for the rest of the season. January is going to be another tough month, isn't it? And he's going to have to manage that squad rotation.
No, definitely. I mean, in a way, they're doing well, but even if we lost the next two games, it don't matter. We're going to finish top 4 at least. I mean, the team they're playing last, that funny name. I mean, I don't think it matters who we play. We're going to beat them. So, just play all your fringe players. Inter Milan, sadly, we know he won't. He'll take a few of the big dogs. But, it's just not worth the risk. Let's just say, hopefully, we'll be in the League Cup semi-finals. Sadly, I know we're definitely going to get Man City. That's just the way it's going to be. But, he's got to be so clever. And I just worry that he won't be. But obviously, Havertz coming back. Jesus should be proper bit of raring to go. Barring we don't get any more injuries.
That's the thing, isn't it?
I mean, Gabriel should be back as well by then. Yeah, obviously Calafiori's back now. He was suspended, and he was very much missed the other day as well. But so, you just don't know what else could happen. Obviously, we just hope that. You just got to be very cute with it. We've got some very tough games coming up. Everton away, play strongest side. Brighton at home. It's been a really tough fixture for us the last few years. We've really struggled to beat them at home, especially. And then obviously Villa at home as well. All of a sudden, it's become a massive, massive game because they're not going away.
And we owe them.
Yes, we do. After that kick in the teeth the other week, we really do owe them one. And so, we've got the squad. We've always said we've got the squad. He now just has to properly utilise it. And I still think he'll sign 1 or 2 more in January, because the way it's going, I just think, we could do with another boost. I mean, who, I don't know, or where they will play. But he's just got to be, so he'll give Raya a rest at some point. I mean, he was excellent against Club Brugge. I thought that's a good saves. But then I thought he was a bit out of position for the Wolves goal. He just seemed to be in a bit of man's land and got beaten by the header. He seemed to come out and, so he could do with a rest. We signed Kepa for competition, and we've hardly seen
It's great competition. It mystifies me, that one, why he doesn't get a game, even in the Cups or in Europe. Because he's brilliant. It keeps
you could have played him against Wolves, Could have played him in Brentford, Give him a little run out, because, you never know where you might need him.
No, I totally agree. And that's the thing. It is going to be, isn't it? Like, you're going to have to kind of rotate. And like, one of the key things I'm looking at already, Andy, next Tuesday night, we got Palace. Like, I think he's going to have to give the kid Josh Nichols a game at right back. Like, I'm looking at the squad now and I'm thinking that's a big risk to put. Like, if Timber gets injured between now and the new year, we actually haven't got a qualified right back in the squad. With Ben now likely to be out 5 to 6 weeks, apparently. Roughly around that time. Yeah. So I think he is going to have to kind of maybe, I don't want to say sacrifice the Crystal Palace game, but I think he is going to have to rely on maybe a couple of the youngsters.
Yeah, quite possibly. And I don't see any reason why they can't play them, because you stick a youngster in, that's fine. You've still got loads of experience around him to help him out.
Exactly.
And obviously the kid's proved himself at the academy level to be given the opportunity to train with the team and get on the bench. So chuck him in. Chuck him in, because you'll never ultimately know, whether he's going to sink or swim, but you just got to chuck him in there. That, Miles Lewis-Skelly have led the way. So there's no reason why they can't just chuck the kid in, and just make sure that Timber does stay.
And that other lad that come on against Bruges, Marley Salmon, was it? Only 16 again. Yeah. Incredible. I mean, he could well end up getting minutes at some point,
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, it's great that the club believe in the youth system so much, and still, even at the top of the league, still willing to dip in there and use it. It's phenomenal.
And yeah, that is a major positive in it, because apparently half the reason why we let Evan go to Manchester United was because they knew that this kid was obviously behind him. It was a little bit like with Hutchinson, weren't it? With obviously Dowman, that they knew that obviously the player behind him was obviously got bigger seeding and bigger potential. So I think this lad's got a really bright future. Do you know what I mean? And what a time, to be able to come on in a Champions League game for your debut.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, absolutely. Away at Bridge. A big moment for him and his family. And an absolute.
Not even old enough to have a beer out
there. No, exactly.
Madness.
What an incredible moment for him. But we might need to rely on these certain players in terms of especially the League Cup game. But like, you look at the 3 games after that, and it's a very, very tight fixture list. Like, we were at home to Brighton, then it's the Aston Villa game, and look, that Aston Villa game is absolutely massive. At this moment of time, Aston Villa are 100% in the title race. Mate, I was dismissing them this year. I'll be honest, I was dismissing them. I thought it was Unai Emery all over again.
They had a terrible start.
They did, they couldn't score a goal.
No.
They look absolutely fantastic at the moment. Yeah, they are conceding goals, but the one thing they are doing is scoring goals. They've gone behind in 2 away games now and had the courage to come back. So they're 100% in the title race.
Watkins has woken up now as well. He's started scoring, and Rodgers is their star man.
They're a good side. There's no getting away from it. When they're fully fit and they're lucky at the moment, in as much as they haven't got that many big injuries to deal with. That'll be their testing time, if they start picking up 2 or 3 like we've done, and then still grind out results. But City and Villa, they're the 2 form teams in the league at the moment. There's no getting away from that. We've just got to hang in there.
We do need to hang in there, and I know Villa have got 3 big games now, haven't they? I think they've got Man United, Chelsea, and Arsenal. So it will be interesting to see how they come out of them 3 games, and I guess, like, coming out of them 3 games, it will have a true stature of where they are. But you look at last season, that they went out and made some loan signings last January, and I'm sure they will strengthen the squad again. Like, didn't they? They went out and brought that Real Madrid player, didn't they? Got Rashford in on loan as well, so they're not.
They're
not scared of doing the business in January, and they will do it if they need to. So,
and they signed that Marlon.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an absolute massive game going into the new year, and one that we need to put right. And
we have to win.
The next 6 games, actually, funnily enough, looking at a stat the other day, the next 6 games,
we didn't win
any of them games last year in the corresponding fixtures. So
is that right?
Yeah.
6
Who we got? Like, Everton was a draw last year. Brighton was a draw. Aston Villa was a draw. Bournemouth was a draw.
We got Bournemouth away.
Liverpool was a draw.
Liverpool at home.
So big games. Just Andy on Havertz. I know, like, obviously we spoke about quite a lot of people, and obviously with Kai Havertz coming back. Where do you naturally see him, like, in the second half of the season? Do you think that he's still Arteta's number 1 choice striker, or do you think that he could play a lot more in midfield? I'm struggling to see that midfield role, really, with the amount of people we got in there. But I guess it is an option in games, isn't it? When obviously you're looking to go quite direct and maybe push him up right again with Gülchrist.
Yeah, and the beauty with him is that he can drop into midfield or he can drop in the 10 even if he wants to. But ultimately, up front, I think he's Arteta's number one. And we are a better team with him in it. He links up play so well. He creates overloads in the right areas. He gets himself into situations. And looking at him through the summer when he's obviously been rehabilitating, when he started the pre-season off, he looked like a beast. He put on a few pounds.
Yeah,
he looked stronger, and he looked incredible, to be honest. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes through, gets himself fit, and gets a run of games. How good he can actually become for us.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Could be massive for us second half of the season. I think the big piece with him is that the players like playing around him as well, don't they?
Yeah.
I think he had a really good kind of relationship with it, and Saka provided quite a lot for him. So I think he is another player that will uplift the squad. And I do think I've always thought he's a big player anyway. I know he's had his critics in the past, and maybe
he's a proper footballer.
Yeah, he's a proper German, isn't he? Let's be honest. At the end of the day, they know how to play football, and they're strong. They're strong players, and he's definitely one that's going to kind of boost us into the second half of the season. Just going into the transfer window, John. Like, do you expect any business this January? I guess the one position that I'm now looking at that could be a bit of a problem is the right back position, but.
Sure, we won't sign him. I know we've got injuries, but I suppose you don't know.
Are we going to have to look with him?
Depends how long people are going to be out for. Yeah, I mean, they could dip into the loan market. I mean, the good thing is, we're doing so well. I say this all the time, to be fair, but there's not many players that would say no. So, yeah, I'm sure Bert is already looking around. I mean, I've always said I do fancy we could sign one or two more. People are like, we don't need to. I know Havertz and that coming back. But if you want to be the best, you've got to keep pushing, keep adding. I said we've always said like Maneri could go out on loan, possibly. Yeah, I'd love to see if we could sign one or two more. I'd be delighted. Where they fit in, I don't know. I mean, I don't know really. I mean, I do like Victor and Havertz and that, but I did see a table earlier and it had all the top scorers on it. And you've got Haaland with 17, then lad at Brentford with 11, even Richarlison's got 6 goals. And then you've got like Trossard, Saka and Eze, all on 4 goals. I just don't know the striker. I know we're scoring goals, but we need to get that striker up front and firing soon. That's what we need. I mean, I love it to be Victor, but
likewise.
The warning signs are there, and I'm not trying to... and I'm sure they're looking at it because everyone thought he was going to be the missing piece. And I know he's been injured. But like I said, it's been 4 months now and they just don't seem to know how to pass him the ball. I just don't know, to be honest. I just don't know. You look at other people coming in straight away, like the Brentford fella, 11 goals he scored. I'd never heard of him. So I don't know. I mean, more firepower would be lovely. It sounds silly when we've got Jesus and Heather coming back, but I don't know, mate. I mean, we could win the next 4 or 5 games, and then we're like, nah, it's fine. We don't need to sign anybody. So, but if we say we lost the 4 or 5 games, people are going to be panicking, mate.
And we're more than capable of going on a run.
You've got to go and sign someone. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they just need things to fall into place.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and ultimately, it's like
Gyökeres needs to go hit his arse and go in or something.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He needs that Eze moment. Eze's had his moment. Hat-trick against Spurs, and now everyone just, as we've called him out, but Eze doesn't do anything. No one says nothing because he scored a hat-trick against Spurs. Wonderful moment, great for the family, brilliant, blah blah blah, terrific. That's what Victor needs. He needs a couple of late goals, a last-minute winner against a Villa at home or something. Scores 2 late goals, and we win the game. Yeah,
he needs service.
I mean, he needs something. He does. That's what I said the other day. Though they took him off. They're pigging the ball in the middle. It's like Saka, lovely cross. I mean, Saka, don't get me wrong, he was doing brilliant most of the game. He was always trying to cross the ball in and that. But that cross that led to the winning goal, Victor don't get any of that. I mean, the cross he had the other day, bloody Timber was in a fucking way.
Yeah, I know,
So, I don't know. I mean, I must be telling him, come on, get, Victor's in a box, get, whack it in there, he's going to nod it in, but I just don't know. It's a funny one. Because when Marino and Havertz are in the middle, they're whacking the ball in, and he whacked it in for Jesus. But yeah, I don't know.
I just think in January, like obviously striker's not even an option. Do you know what I mean? Like we've got enough.
I wouldn't have thought so.
We've got
yeah,
enough forwards, but I think if you're looking at the two positions, I know there's obviously this about Semenyo. Can't see that in January personally, but you never know.
No, I think he's going to go Liverpool.
Yeah, I just don't see that left wing position being an issue at the moment. But I do think that actually, my personal opinion is, right. I think that Arteta likes to play a political game at times, and I've said this on previous shows that actually there's always a reason why he ain't playing people like Norgard. He's bigging up Marino as being a striker now, not a centre midfielder. I think he wants another midfielder in there. I think he wants someone to actually add into that midfield that's going to kind of support Subamendi and Declan Rice. We've got all the
like who?
I've got a really controversial one. You'd have to pay good money. You'd have to pay good money for him. I've got a really controversial, but I think he'd be brilliant in terms of
Bruno Gomes.
No.
Oh, is he playing the Premier League?
No, he did play in the Premier League,
but he doesn't anymore.
No.
What country is he playing? Because you have to Italy. Oh,
McTominay.
Oh yeah, I'll take him all day long, mate.
Scott McTominay.
Proud Port of Scotsman, mate. Yeah.
You look at him, right? What's he? 27, 28 years old. He got Player of the Year in Italy. He knows the Premier League inside out. She's never been released by Man United. It was an absolute unbelievable. I thought he was a good player. He could play in the 6. He could play in the 8. Do you know what I mean? And he'd be a squad player. Now for me, like that would be an unbelievable signing in terms of midfield, and you could rotate
and amazing for Scotland,
and you could keep Declan Rice and Subamendi kind of fresh in games that you don't need to play them in. Do you know what I mean? Look, they are your first choice midfield still. Of course they're going to be, but you telling me if you had an option to get him in, that wouldn't be a strong signing.
It'd be a great signing, but I mean, forget Norgard's there. You know, Ethan Waneri can play there.
Yeah, I think if we did bring a midfielder in, Andy, I think Waneri could go out on loan. Personally, I think that would do him. He potentially do his development a world of good.
Like you're not going to get the minutes for us, absolutely.
No, of course he isn't. So I don't want him to sit on a bench all his life for the next year. So do you know what I mean? I want him to go out and be able to play football and develop as a player because he is a fantastic footballer and he is going to be a really good player for Arsenal Football Club. But I just think that actually. We've got Odegaard back now. We've got Eze who we can play in there, and we get Kai Havertz back. Actually, Waneri's probably going to drop out of that squad once everyone's back. Do you know what I mean? But he could go out on loan, and then we could bring someone in to really strengthen the second half of the season and be able to take the burden off Subamendi and Rice at certain times. And I just think that would be an incredible signing. But I don't see it being a signing that will happen in January, personally. But if you said to me if there was someone I'd go out for, that's probably where I'd look.
It'd be interesting as well regarding the summer, because obviously you've got the World Cup on. So when people are going to do their signings, because I presume there'll be some sort of deadline, but obviously people try and get in there before the World Cup starts, and the players they want to sign, if they do well in the World Cup, obviously their value will go up. So I presume they've already got targets in mind for the summer, who they want. And there's always a few surprises, isn't there? There's always players you've never heard of, and they have absolute stonkers, and then all of a sudden they're worth like £100 million. Everyone's trying to sign them. But...
Yeah. I think the summer is going to be. I think there's going to be a big sale in the summer, isn't there? There has to be a big sale this summer.
Yeah, we'll get rid of it.
I think there'll be. I think you'll probably see. I think Martinelli will go this summer. I think that's my personal opinion. I think if you're going to make some money on him, I think it'll be the right time. Trossard will be an interesting one.
We've just won the league. We won the league and Champions League, mate. They can go on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Trossard's 31, isn't he? So it might be time to move him. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be, couldn't it? Because if you want to make some profit and you want to make some money, it's going to be the best time, isn't it? And I think naturally the left wing position is the position that potentially would be up for debate in the summer. Jesus again. Do I see him staying after this season? Probably not, but that could be something that happens in January. I personally don't think it will happen in January. I know, obviously,
No,
Ronnie was saying earlier.
Not now.
No.
We've stayed with him for so long through his injury. I'll be amazed.
I know you're saying it was like
Is it-
skip 200.
Is Man United still 1-1?
3-2.
3-2 Bournemouth.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, you haven't said anything at all, so I'll just presume it's still 1-1. Bloody hell. Has Semenyo scored, has he? Because Andy's put by him in Germany.
Semenyo got the first one, yeah.
Oh, good lad. He's in my fantasy team. Good boy.
Yeah,
Who scored the other goal for United?
that's a good. Casemiro.
Casemiro.
Casemiro. How was he still played? Fucking shit.
Oh, he's been taken off.
Man United are dog shit in there, so I just want to throw that out there. They're going to get battered by Villa on the weekend. So annoying, really. Adam Wharton. That's who you mean, Andy. Yeah.
Brilliant
Very,
player.
very good player. Very good player.
But another one that rolls over when Man City come and play, so they can do one. Yeah.
United got a free kick right on the edge of Bournemouth's box.
How many minutes left now? It must be about 15.
15.
I haven't heard your brother, Liam. Is he okay?
He turned it off, mate. He was fuming. Yeah.
And we think that's what I mean. We think we got problems. We are top of the league.
I think that's what we don't. You know what? Sometimes you can forget that. Sometimes the effort to get to where we are has been monumental. But it's now the fact that,
and as you said, though, we haven't been amazing this year.
Bayern Munich,
and we're still top.
Was about the one night.
We were superb.
It all clicked.
Whereas Spurs, we battered them, but everyone
Spurs
battered
are crap.
Spurs
Yeah,
they are dog shit.
Yeah,
they are dog
Bayern
shit.
are a proper team.
You see them yesterday? That was nice. Forest gave them a good beating.
Yeah, it was nice that.
That was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah, that went under the radar really because of all the other games that were going on.
Yeah, it did actually. Yeah. But
it is incredible.
And a lot of Spurs fans are moaning
what a
about him
goal.
already. By the way, it's 3-3.
What a goal!
Who scored? Fernandes.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Well, it was quite interesting, right? My Man United mate just messaged me and was like, "We're going to lose a long-standing record. Look at this. This is an incredible stat. 3-3, Channing. He's got his earphones on. 388 games at Old Trafford. When they've been winning at half time, 355 wins, 33 draws, 0 defeats.
Wow, that's not going to change now, sadly. They're probably going to win now.
The win this, yeah.
That is an absolute incredible stat, though, isn't it? Like, fair play to them for that stat, especially like how bad they've been like over the last few years. You'd have thought that would have...
Sounds like a great game.
Yeah.
Hell of a game, yeah.
And we're sitting here.
No, well, I'd rather be.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think like obviously it's a big few weeks now. Do you know what I mean? Like, just going back to the Everton game quickly, that they've got quite a few players out Saturday, and like.
Yeah, so Ndai's off an African Cup of Nations. Did you say Grealish is out? Is he
apparently
injured?
Grealish and Drewsbury could be out injured.
We say could be.
Well, it was more. It sounded like they were going to be, but we'll wait till the end of the week with that one. And the one who got sent off at Old Trafford, he's gone out to the African nations as well.
Oh, Gay.
Oh yeah,
Idris
Gay.
Yeah, no. I mean, Everton, we've struggled up there. We always have. It's always been a funny place to go.
Let's be honest.
In my lifetime, I can't remember that many wins up there. If you remember, we thrashed them 6-1 once, opening day of the season. And
yeah, but let's be honest. I mean, even if Everton are at full strength, we should be going there looking to win anyway.
Everton,
regardless.
And now Newcastle put 4 past them, and how poor Newcastle have been. Spurs put 3 past them. How poor they've been. Yeah, again, we have to win. There's no excuses again. I mean, I do think we will win. I think we'll get up there. And I think
4-3
the
United.
good thing about Saturday... fuck off. Say.
What was it?
Who scored now?
4-3 United.
And he's turning it off.
Cunha.
Oh, dear God.
Channing.
Yeah.
4-3 United. He ain't interested, mate. He's on the old PlayStation now.
Good man.
I do think Saturday's the way we won in the end, and everyone had the ump. I think they're proper back on a mission now. Go, come on, let's stop pissing around.
Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? We'll know within the first 2
minutes.
We
will, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Get stuck in. Like I said, the crowd are going to be up for it. Every time they touch the ball, they're going to be creaming their pants. So we just have to get in there, score an early goal, the old classic, shut them up.
Yeah, but do you know what? It might turn out that Wold gives us the biggest kick up the backside. You know, horrendous display, players arguing. You've got a whole week off now to rectify things and put it right when they go out there Saturday night and live it.
Go out there and earn the win. Put the hard yards in, put your bodies in the line, and get the
That's
win.
right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think it'll be quite interesting in terms of like how we go into that Saturday's game. I think obviously, I think the midfield will probably. I think Odegaard will play. I think Rice and Mendy. I think that's where we'll go for the midfield on Saturday night. There.
I mean, Calafiori will be back. That'll be a big bonus.
Yeah.
We're resuming Capio and Saliba at the back. Miles Skelly. No, Timber. Timber. But I forgot about Timber.
Yeah.
Bless him. And Timber. So that's three.
I can see Mikel Merino being up front.
Yeah.
He's
got a big call to make for the left side as well.
Maybe Trossard. If Trossard's fit, it's Trossard.
Yeah, Trossard will be back.
So we're saying Eze's going to be on the bench.
I think Eze will be on the bench Saturday after his performance last week. I think he'll be on the bench, and actually, it might do him a world of good, mate. Get him to come on 60 minutes into the game. It's good to have a player like that on the bench in that kind of game, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then Jesus could get a start.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
I think they'll hold Jesus up till Tuesday, mate. I think.
Did you see as well? Sorry, there's got a ITV on Twitter today. They put, big old game this week. Arsenal against Palace in the Carabao Cup this Wednesday. No, it's next week and it's Tuesday. What a fuck up. But yeah.
Apparently, Crystal Palace wanted to play that game Christmas Eve, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because in a stupid Foxy European League, mate. Should have even played Thursday. It's ridiculous.
What is going on? But yeah, obviously that'll be quite interesting in terms of that game. But yeah, I think they'll hold Jesus up for that game, and we'll see how we come out Saturday with players and kind of injuries and all that at that much. But yeah, that's going to be a tough game now. That's definitely going to be a tough game in between.
Oh yeah,
but it's just about having the mindset now that every single game we play now, because of what we've done ourselves, is literally a cup final. It's the last chance you play these teams this season. You've got that last opportunity to get your 3 points. Go on a run now. They need to go on a big run now. And they're capable of doing it, especially while we get players back and just need to stay injury-free. But it needs to be a big shift in mindset. And let's hope that the debacle that was the Wolves game is put right from Saturday onwards.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Andy. I think actually it could be one of them games that actually we'll look back to and go, do you know what? Like, we got out of jail, but actually, like, you could tell by Rice, Arteta, that you can imagine, like, it weren't a happy place in that changing room after. And hopefully people have been dug out, mate, because sometimes we've been too nice, haven't we?
Yeah. It's good, absolutely, because sometimes I do think that maybe we're a bit too nice these days, because I know full well if that was a Pat Rice changing rooms, there'd have been teacups flying off walls and all sorts, but he'd have dug it out, he'd have cleared it, the air would have been cleared, and then we go back in Monday and you're back on it. Again, that's it. Go. There's sometimes it's good to get a big clear out, a big get it off your chest session.
That's an incredible one, isn't it, for Palace next week, Thursday, Saturday, and
Yeah.
Tuesday.
That's why it's so good that we got this week off. It's going to be so important.
Yeah, the rotation's going to be massive, I think.
I did hear Arteta say quickly before we leave, actually, that he said that actually it gives me a week on the training field with them as well. So it sounds like that obviously where we've been swinging around games, actually there hasn't probably been much time on that training field.
I haven't had much, no.
But that's the name of the game now, isn't it? That's the name of football nowadays, sadly. You're expected to play 3 times at least every 6-7 days.
Relentless, yeah.
Cool. Is it 4-4?
Just God. 4-4.
Oh, well, let's get off here. Let's
go.
What's the end?
4-4.
Football. United were going absolutely crazy. The ground was in raptures, honestly. It was like pandemonium. And they've just went up the other end and scored.
5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Still 83rd minute at the moment.
Oh, lovely. Right, bye. Yeah. Arsenal winning 3-0 Saturday is my prediction.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Saturday.
Yeah, anyone will do it.
I think it's going to be a different level. I think we're going to go up a gear or 2, and I think we're going to win more comprehensively. I'm going to go for a 4-0. There you go.
Oh, mate.
Bookmark that one. Bookmark that one.
There was me slandering people.
If we win 4-0, I'm driving up to see you on Sunday.
Let's be optimistic.
Me and Liam are coming to see you on Sunday. Road trip, we win 4-0.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'll come down.
You get knocking the door at 5 o'clock Sunday. Yeah.
That's a long old road
Oh,
trip, mate.
that'd be lovely.
That's all I'm going to say. It's a long old road
Yeah.
trip before Christmas.
Yeah, you'll need some warm
That's all
clothes.
right, yeah.
I bet it was quite far up there yesterday, weren't it? Old Sunderland, Newcastle.
Oh, massive! I know. Yeah, we've got a club right near us, and it's where I live is actually in Morris, Sunderland area, and honestly, the place was just red and white all over. It was class. Yeah,
Borough doing well as well, Andy, isn't they?
Borough doing brilliant. Since
Coventry
that
are falling apart,
since that
ain't they?
Rat
Coventry
Edwards went to Wolves,
Yeah.
it's been great with our new Swedish fella.
Where'd they get it from?
From begins with an H, doesn't it?
Hjalmby.
Yeah,
Something
some
like that,
Swedish team, but he comes highly regarded, and he's all of a sudden 10 Middlesbrough.
Whitaker's
Prime
come to
Brazil.
life, isn't he? Whitaker's come to life, the old former
Whitaker, dear God, he's like a new player completely.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Gibson's still there, isn't he?
Gibson's still there. He'll be there.
Yeah,
till he's about 400. Yeah, I think he's about 130
amazing
now.
chairman.
Yeah, he deserves a bit of success.
He does.
Yeah,
He's a proper
definitely.
chairman.
Fingers crossed they go up, mate. Fingers
It
crossed.
looks like it. It looks like it. Coventry have got a bit wobbly.
Yeah, and they've got a 5-point gap now for the team in third. That's the most important thing. Winning it, great, but just finish above third.
Just get up. Yeah, just get up.
Don't go through the playoffs.
Oh God, no.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Anyway, gentlemen, thank you very much for this evening. Good to share the old.
Thank
Good
you.
to have you back, sexy bum.
Yeah, I knew it would be. Give you a
Good to
little,
have you back,
give you a
mate.
little tickle, didn't it?
Beautiful face.
And thanks for all them lovely comments as well. They were great. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone in the chat. Obviously, as normal, we appreciate you guys so much, and hopefully we'll move on to Saturday, get a better result, and we'll see you all next week. Good night, all.
Good night.
No.